Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. Welcome to my channel. My name is Samuel and I want to make self-growth normal. If you want to make self-growth normal, because I don't want to do it alone, then make sure to smash that like button. What does the author mean by Expert Secrets? An underground playbook for creating a mass movement of people who will pay you for your advice. This book is allegedly the map that will allow you to turn your specialized knowledge, talent, abilities into a business that will work for you. It explains how doctors, lawyers, dentists, etc. can all use what they know in order to attract customers. From damn near the beginning of the book, and really only then, it's emphasized that you need ClickFunnels to execute on the information in this book entirely. ClickFunnels is what? It's between like 50 and 300 a month, depending on like what plan you pick. There are books that sound like full-on sales pitches. To be frank, I don't know if I listen to books and hear things that other people don't, or I don't hear things that other people do, but I haven't really run into them that often at all. In fact, I can only name one off the top of my head, the TB12 method by Tom Brady. But with ClickFunnels, there are entrepreneurs all over the world, very well-known ones, who have sworn by the methods of its CEO, the author of this book. They have used ClickFunnels for new product launches, and I'm very, very, very convinced that it is the real deal. So a little bit more on ClickFunnels. If you have a decent amount of money saved up and lots of free time, but no knowledge of how to make more of both, ClickFunnels is one way to make lots and lots of money. They have 2 comma clubs. People are making millions of dollars by smashing that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that, and I really appreciate it because so much work really goes into making these videos. And they're online just selling 1 or 2 things, not even out of their garage. And that's just one way to make lots of money online. There's also drop shipping with Shopify and Amazon. There's also affiliate marketing with Amazon. AdSense, I'm doing one of those now. By the end of the year, probably also a second one. But my point is that you do not need a college education to do this. In fact, you don't even need a high school education to do it. I got ClickFunnels once so I could sell beats on it, right? I made music for 3 years. I made all the beats in these videos. A lot of them are on my channel, and I got ClickFunnels so I could sell them to other rappers. I mean, I was already doing that, but I figured ClickFunnels, I mean, come on man, it's ClickFunnels. Given what I heard about it, I figured maybe I could sell more. I don't know if I was scared. I don't know if it's because I didn't really have any selling experience at all. Once I started learning how ClickFunnels is used step by step, I just kind of backed out. I was like, why would any producer use this to sell beats? Moreover, why would any musician use this to sell their music? It took me 3 years of making music from scratch to realize and find out how drastically the music industry's profitability has taken a hit in the last several decades with demonetization, disruption, and a lot of other multi-syllabic words that begin with D and end in ation. They say that, I mean, for the very, very most part, you can sell just about anything. No one ever talked about it in the producer or artist community, and I always kind of wondered why since then. I've been doing book reviews for almost a year now. I've only made $33. But get this, I made over 95% of that in the last 2 months. So it may not sound like much, but this is a very, very exponential growth curve. And I only have one stream of income from it. I have a 7-figure proven strategy. I don't talk about this that often in my reviews. It's modeled after Sean Cannell with Think Media and Graham Stephan. Great YouTubers I'm modeling this after. So, you know, I have it very, very solidly mapped out. And I just want to make 2 points here. Just because I tried something and it didn't work for me does not by any means mean that it will not work for anyone else. That, and whatever you do, just make sure that it is profitable now and in the future for the sake of sustainability. And when you find that, stick to it at all costs. So back to the book. If you've ever seen a keynote by this author, you have probably noticed he has a very, very high energy level to his stage presence. He's very enthusiastic, right? You know, he has a, you can hear the smile in his voice. It's very peculiar. I love how he teaches. I love how he explains things. You could be a 6-year-old and understand just about anything he's explaining. And just to understand some insight on how he does it, and whatever else this book I suppose could offer, that's kind of why the main reason I got it. In this review, I'm going to talk about many different chapters, what I got from them, what I liked from them, some stuff that surprised me. We'll go over standout quotes, who I recommend this book to, and what books to maybe check out next after you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm in case you haven't done so already. The introduction was splendidly written about his experience with selling DVDs and stuff online about how to build a perfect potato gun. Yes, I did just say a perfect potato gun. And also, yes, they are willing to pay for that. His writing style is very sincere. It reminds me of Dean Graziosi's a lot in Millionaire Success Habits and I guess in general. It gets a little gritty and concrete toward the end, but I didn't find that off-putting or anything. There are 5 different parts. Part 1 is creating a mass movement. I noticed right off the bat, and I can't tell you which one for sure, maybe it's both. He either talks about normal knowledge in abnormal ways, or he talks a lot about abnormal knowledge in normal ways. And it's interesting how he navigates his way through elaborating on leadership practices, from the importance of having a futuristic vision, creating an us versus them sort of mentality. He explains good and bad cults and why they are why they're effective, what they have in common. He talks about creating new opportunities, blue and red oceans, a concept discussed in like one of the most illuminating business and marketing books I could ever name at this point in my book reviewing career. Blue Ocean Strategy by W. Chan Kim and Renee Maborn. There's a really cool story in one of these chapters about how someone got a job by just walking into the store and asking the manager, "Hey, can I fold some clothes? It looks like these clothes could be folded a little bit neater." And then he swept the floors and helped everyone out for the rest of the day. He did it again the next day, and get this, the next day he did it again. And then eventually the manager just went up to him and asked, "Do you want a job?" And he took the job. He was hired on the spot because he created the opportunity by himself. Working for free or offering to work for free rarely just fails to at the very least give you a chance. I think Napoleon Hill says, instead of saying to the world, "Show me the color of your money and I will show you what I can do," reverse the rule and say, "Let me show you the color of my service so I can take a look at the color of your money if you like my service." Part 2 is creating belief. The chapter, The Big Domino, is literally huge. It is huge. That's what she said. Have you ever gotten into a heated discussion with someone and they just won't budge? And it's super frustrating. Have you tried, hearing them out, hearing what they have to say? If you do, and they still disagree, after, you take it from there might be a bunch of different reasons why they disagree. Here, it's explained that if you can effectively address the main belief, the main value that anchors them and holds all of these reasons together, you push down the key domino and the rest of them are just gonna fall with it. And in terms of overcoming objections, dude, I don't even know how to finish that sentence. Just in terms of overcoming objections. The author talks about relatably telling stories. Something I get out of books like this is just different ways to look at approaches like these, because these have been talked about. Putting together complex ideas with easy to understand concepts. By the way, the author has stories for all these ideas. Lots of his own stories, lots of them throughout history. And listening to the audiobook, it's evident that this guy has put decades of study into what pushes people to say yes with enthusiasm. And when you unwrap and analyze his leadership style with him, especially, it is obvious why it's so effective. I mean, the world, especially right now, is in dire need of salespeople who make prospects feel genuinely heard and understood, right? And he really does bring this rare touch of humanity to the table in terms of selling, where he explains stories and what all the best stories have in common. After that, you understand that and you watch movies, and I don't know, it depending on how you look at it, it can be a little bit depressing because it's almost like you know what's going to happen next. I've heard similar explanations in Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller and one of my favorite marketing books, Hitmakers by Derek Thompson. He talks about how to offer 10 times what someone is initially paying for to make them more likely to pay for it. The sales process really is broken down in a lot of different ways, and I loved hearing these scripts. They're diabolical. They are genius, okay? And I agree with wholeheartedly with the effectiveness of these sales strategies. He has a perfect webinar model. He has a 4-question close. He has a trial close. And these are not like the ones I've heard before. But the book is packed, and it really isn't all that much of a sales pitch either, to be honest. Until part 4 of 5 called The Funnels, and maybe a little bit of 3 out of 5, Your Moral Obligation, I was surprised how little the book actually included, here's specifically what you can only do with ClickFunnels, and you need ClickFunnels to do all of this stuff. I was also surprised how little he included ClickFunnels success stories too. And if you do webinars and or sales but you don't have ClickFunnels, like myself, a bunch of sales tactics and strategies that help with branding, engagement, operational leverage, those would probably help you with boosting profits if you use them somehow effectively, right? Part 5 is what's next. And in terms of a lot of the information in this book, I really can't deny any of it because 1, I don't have ClickFunnels I don't do webinars. And 2, I've been studying and implementing a lot of these tactics in different ways and increasingly, and not just in my videos, but in my job. I'm a business development rep at a dealership, and I basically means I bring feet into the door. I've used some of them to start growing the dealer's YouTube channel. Isn't that exciting? I do all the filming and editing and uploading of the videos now. I've used them to improve my relationship with my girlfriend. I use different varieties of the dream network method to some other people, but the biggest I don't want to say fish because I don't want to think of this guy as a fish, but Evan Carmichael, I connected with him. He's a YouTuber with hundreds of millions, maybe a billion or more views, 2 million subscribers. That's a lot of subscribers, okay? My review of his new book, Built to Serve, has over 4,000 views now because of YouTube advertising views that I didn't pay for or ask for or even know about that they were happening until I saw it on my analytics. But the methods work. They work. Quotes. You will get all you want in life if you help other people get what they want. You don't need a certification. Your results are your certification. If you can't be the #1 lowest price leader in your market, there is no strategic advantage to being the #2 lowest price leader in your market. In other words, if you can't be the cheapest, you need to be the most expensive. Internet marketers like you are so smart and so dumb at the same time. Direction 1. I really recommend this book for anyone who's looking for marketing ideas. I especially recommend the book for anyone who just got ClickFunnels and is, either about to start the courses or finished with the courses. This book is packed with marketing ideas. The last maybe 2 of 6 hours of the audiobook are filled to the brim with sales pitches, strategies, scripts, webinars, scripts, and structures, where lots of people go wrong, where the author went wrong, and what he's doing now instead. So if you want to make a lot of money in the digital age in a profitable market, like we talked about in the beginning of this review, this book is right up your alley. Direction 2. If you like this book, Blue Ocean Strategy. Sugar, you need to wipe your butts, you little stinky booty. Blue Ocean Strategy by W. Chan Kim and Renee Maborn is excellent. The sales strategies reminded me a little bit vaguely of The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. The Big Domino concept reminded me of The One Thing by Gary Keller. And there were a lot of other books that came to mind, but Blue Ocean Strategy is probably the one I recommend most if you can handle the technicality of a lot of stuff that they talk about in that book. It was written by both a Harvard business professor and alumni, if I recall correctly. If not, you can just look them up as you go. Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. There's a link in the description if you guys want to check it out and read the reviews. That and all the other books that I mentioned in this video, if you want to check those out too. If there are any other books that you guys want me to check out and review, please let me know in the comments below. Also let me know if you checked out this book and you liked it. But hey, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. But if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I'll see you then.